I'd like to call this regular meeting of the Board of Education to order Wednesday, November 12th at 7:02.
Pretty good.
Join me in Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The board met in closed session and no action was taken. Are there any agenda adjustments?
We have a few minor corrections to the minutes and to a field trip form that we can do when it comes to the consent calendar.
Okay. Okay. Is there anyone here from the Association of Piedmont Teachers? CSEA? No parent clubs?
Katie, where's Katie?
Oh, we have a...
Not here.
Hi. Yes, come up here.
I'm Molly Ashford.
Hi, Molly.
I'm the vice president.
Molly,
I'm Molly Ashford. I'm the vice president of the parent club, and Katie couldn't be here, so she wrote up some notes for me to give on her behalf.
Great. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. We recently met a group of the parent club leadership to review 14 grant requests from the from the faculty, and that was over twice as many as we had gotten last spring. So it's exciting that they're getting interested. We were pleased to fully or partially fund all but two for a total of $5,000, and the two we weren't able to fund, we're looking into collaborating with Principal Daniels on ways to fund them through other sources in the community and other ways he had a fund and looking at other groups. So we didn't sort of leave them hanging. We were working with them. The social emotional learning and school climate. We've been, again, working collaboratively with Brent. The Challenge Success School team has met since the September conference and developed a vision statement around providing social and emotional learning with a rigorous academic program. The CS team will be working over the next few weeks to share the Challenge Success survey results with the school community and to develop a graphic showing the PHS programs that address the social and emotional needs. The team is looking forward to working together with the Site Council and other groups at school, such as the Wellness Center. Tracy Mockley and Barbara Jeffrey have agreed to be the Challenge Success School team parent reps. The Chromebooks have been distributed to the freshmen and the juniors, and it was great to work with Jana Bernisa and Stephanie Griffin to help make that happen. We're looking into ways to help fund some extra time for professional development for the teachers as they implement the use of the Chromebooks in their classrooms. We're working with Eric Mapes to implement some decorative touches and refurbishments to the Teachers Lounge. We have a couple of parents who are really interested in that and working on that. We're appreciative of plans presented to us this month by Mr. Daniels and Mr. Mapes to send out a bell schedule survey for parent feedback and improved school-wide use of Infinite Campus to track students' progress. There's been a lot of discussion at the meetings about bell schedule. The College and Career Center Director position has been posted and interviews are scheduled this week. Parent reps are pleased to be a part of this process. The Parents Club has been working with Brent and the new Chief Business Officer recently voted to approve a block granting funding formula for administrative and personnel expenses paid for by the club, which will increase efficiency and save volunteer and district staff time in accounting procedures. Sorry, I'm trying to do it in Katie's voice. So she asked me to report on the Associated Parents Club as well. Beach, notes from Nicole Taylor, Beach Parent Organization President. The Math Festival night for students and their parents was very successful, and they conducted a formal survey of the parents to assess the needs and desires for shade provision on campus. 84 families responded. Students were also informally polled. A task force has been created to take these survey results and start pricing out various options. Piedmont Middle School, notes from Hillary Cooper, PMS Parent Club Rep. President. The Middle School Parents Club just completed our grants process and gave away over $7,500 to support our teachers. Money was approved for a goggle sanitizer, instrumental sheet music, an iPad Air for the music department, yearbook supplies, a set of Long Walk to Water for the 7th grade core classes, membership for math teachers in the National Council of Teachers of Mathematics, Flocabulary program for language arts, and a super cool new vinyl cutter for our makers class. And APCP Parent Club presidents recently met with Sarah Lillivand, the new Piedmont Rec Department Director, and are excited about working with Sarah and the department to better coordinate programs offered through the Rec Department with APCP summer enrichment programs and after-school programs at elementary school and middle school. Principals for the APCP Summer Enrichment Program are hired, and we have set a goal to have the summer program published no later than February 2015. And if anyone wants more information on the grants at the high school, I have those too.
Great. Thank you very much, Molly. You're welcome. Is there anyone here that would like to speak to an item not listed on the agenda?
Hi, I'm Scott Ing. I'm a senior at Piedmont High School. I would like to bring to the board's attention that the situation on the foreign language department in our school, specifically Mandarin. Last year, the Level 3 Mandarin class had over 30 students. However, the AP class had less than 10 students. And you must be wondering, why are so many students not continue on to the AP level? And one possible solution I've thought of is that we only have a single teacher teaching Mandarin at our school. Sunny Yu is the only teacher teaching at the high school level and it has been that way for quite a while. And for some students, having a single teacher for 4 years lacks the diversity in teaching styles and causes those who have difficulty learning under Mrs. Yu to lose interest in the subject altogether. So I was hoping I could bring to your attention the frustration of some students who, for some, a different teacher could make all the difference. And I was hoping that we could hopefully progress more in different learning styles, implements, or possibly more teachers in the Mandarin unit in our high school.
Great. Thank you very much for the feedback. No, go ahead. Sorry. I apologize that I skipped over the student representative to the board. Don't take it personally, but you have the floor now.
Thank you. I'm sure all of you know me. I'm Sean Dixon. So, just giving a little color to our life at PHS. 2 weeks ago, MHS has ran a clothing drive with a program called One Closet, started by a high school junior in another, I think, around Alameda area. And it went off without a hitch. We got a huge donation from Dress Best for Less, which was fantastic, and everyone really gave up a lot of their old clothes to donate to the less fortunate. So it was fantastic. Homecoming 2 weeks ago was absolutely amazing. Everyone loved it. I'm not sure if you're aware, but this year they changed it to formal attire. So everyone was dressed in suits, nice dresses, everything, and they changed the location. Instead of having it in the gym this year, they had it in our own cafeteria and set up a white, nice wedding tent outside, which was absolutely fantastic. And they had a photo booth, everything, and it was great until the sprinklers went off outside in the tent, and John Savage ran over with an empty garbage can and put it over the big sprinkler that was spraying everyone and walked off like he just won an Oscar. It was fantastic. Everyone was clapping. So it was a blast. Everyone loved it. Football team this year is gone 10-0, absolutely amazing. I think their toughest game that was this last Friday against Alameda, where they were tied up until the fourth quarter, and finally pulled through, making it 10-0. This Friday they're playing Kennedy High School from Richmond at Piedmont.
Back to your party. We're all up.
In our first round of NCAAs.
Turn on the sprinklers.
Where's John Savage? I don't know if Claire, the other high school representative, informed you guys, but I talked about the televised event for the football team, and it unfortunately did not get fully televised. There were only clips at around 10:30. but everyone was still really excited about it. We had to vote against another school online to get ourselves on TV, and it finally worked. It was fantastic. And 2 weeks ago, we held a mock election for the students' PHS, where we voted on the California governor and recent propositions like the water bill,
Yeah, the water.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The California budget and things like doctor drug testing and all that. And this weekend coming up, we have 2 plays. We have She Kills Monsters and we have The Foreigner, both put on by PHS Advanced Acting, which is going to be very exciting. Thank you.
Great, thank you very much.
You know how many students voted? The voter turnout? It wasn't too good for the adults.
It was actually a little tricky. One student put on a private browser on 3 computers from his house and voted over and over because one of his best friends was absolutely dying to have the game on TV.
He's talking about the elections.
The mock election.
Apologies.
But if you could say that, got our attention.
They did not release these results yet,
Okay.
but I'll let you know next time.
Thanks.
Background knows.
Yeah, it was 184 people, students voted out of 800. Yeah.
184 students out of 800 voted. Great, thank you. Great, thank you very much. Okay. Was there anyone else here that wanted to speak to an item not on the agenda? No, okay. Any superintendent announcements? And no board president announcements. Okay. So spotlight on student learning, the Connected Learning Initiative update.
Thank you, President
Mr. Booker.
Simpson. Yeah, thank you. So, again, we'd like to bring forward a little bit more of an update and progress as to how we're doing on the Connected Learning Initiative at Piedmont High School, Piedmont Middle School, Millennium High School, and all of our elementary schools. It's been a really exciting time the last couple of weeks, and this is really a huge endeavor, and that's why we keep bringing it back to the board, because it's affecting so many students, teachers across the curriculum, and we think it's important for you to get a sense of how we're progressing along the way. So with that, I'd like to introduce our Director of Instructional Technologies, Ms. Stephanie Griffin, and she'll provide an update.
Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Stephanie Griffin, Director of Instructional Technology, and I'm back to talk about our Connected Learning pilot. So as you know, Millennium High School went one-to-one with the pilot on the first day of school. Piedmont Middle School, 6th graders spent 12 hours working on digital citizenship at the beginning of the school year and received their Chromebook September 30th. PHS 9th graders did some digital citizenship curriculum and a test before receiving their devices on the 23rd, and the 11th graders followed the following week. And last Thursday, over 3,000 pounds of Chromebooks were delivered, and we're prepping those for the elementary schools. We started on that today. So I have to say that we now have liftoff. Our goal of the pilot is to enrich and support student learning in this 21st century world, and a major tenet of that is to connect home and school. One of the reasons we call this connected learning is the connecting of the home and school. And so a big part of that initiative is, even though it's digital, is cultivating those students at home and at school, and that is really a people-powered activity as opposed to a digital activity. The educating is not about the devices, it's about the village. So at this point in the pilot, we're looking at developing the feedback loops, the analytical processes, course correction methods, so we can harness the village's collective wisdom. And that is the wisdom of the teachers, of students, of parents, board members, and the general community. One of the ways that we get feedback, of course, is informally. It's the parents and students talking with teachers, their principals, sometimes y'all, to me, Randy, about issues that are coming up. This informal, anecdotal bubbling up of feedback is what drove one of the agenda items on our formally designed feedback method, which is DTAC, our District Technology Advisory Committee. So October 30th, we had our first meeting of the year. There are 3 scheduled. The next one is February 5th, and the last one will be May 4th. These were constructed to allow teachers, parents, community members, students, anybody who is interested to come to a place and talk about what's going on and be informed about what's going on in the district in regards to technology. So one of the things that had come up informally through the middle school's Say Something see something, say something, which is an anonymous kind of feedback tip line. And it kind of come up through parents and a little bit, if I got an email from a student about this, is how open and how managed the devices should be for students. And this kind of brought up how might they be managed for a 6th grader versus a 9th grader versus an 11th grader. How open should the devices be to permit freedom for the students? And led to other questions that came out of the discussion at DTAC, like what sort of supports do parents need for classroom management at home? One of the things we did with PD with our teachers is talk about and develop methods for classroom management of the devices. But what have we done to support our parents for this classroom management at home? And essentially, we got to how can the district and parents be stronger partners in the pilot. It was a very fun and interesting discussion. I think Doug was there and Amal too, yeah. So not everyone can attend a DTAC meeting from 3:30 to 5 on a school day. So of course, as we develop these feedback loops and we're trying to gather that collective wisdom, we're going to be using surveys. Everybody loves a survey. The Connected Learning teachers at our schools have already been surveyed to find out what support they need to utilize the devices with their curriculum. Our 6th grade students had their first homework. The first day they got the devices, their homework was a survey. And now that we've had liftoff, we're going to be looking and developing a parent and a student survey. These will go out to the middle school and millennium parents and students before Thanksgiving, and then we'll do the next round with the high school parents and students before winter break. We're looking at asking a couple of questions right now. First one, of course, will be which school and what grade, so we can aggregate that sort of data. Our people at different grades or different schools have different experiences, so we can hone in and adjust what we need to do at those sites. For the parents, is their son or daughter using the device for learning at home? And if not, why? Maybe at home they pull out their nicer machine, or we find out they don't have Wi-Fi at home, something like that. So we want to know what sort of usage is going on at home. We also want to ask whether they have rules about using the device at home. We have done a good amount of support with the parents about suggesting digital discussions and developing home rules, but how much more support do parents need or not need in that area? I also want to ask them a general question about beliefs in regard to technology supporting learning. What does our community, what do our parents, what do our students think that if the devices can lead and support learning or not? I'd also going to be asking them what they want to know more about in regards to the pilot. This could be a technical question like how do you print from Chromebook? I want to know how to print from Chromebook. Or I want to know how the devices deal with security. How are they filtered or not? How are they being used in class to support learning? And I think that is on what I'm hearing from some parents, what's on their mind is how they're actually being used, and give an option for what other